Flashy news. Only on ParanoidRadio.com, bringing you Flashy Fridays.
Paranoid Radio.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Paranoid.
Tony Boy.
I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. Bitch, I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid. Bunch of paranoid. 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 Paranoid.
Testicles, 1, 2, testicles. Welcome back to Paranoid Radio Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the humble host, Triples Garcia, and this is the best show with the best content for the best listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and tuning back in. Thank you so much for the support, and thank God for allowing me to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you guys know that Paranoid Radio Podcast is now available on all podcast platforms absolutely free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on Amazon Music and Google Podcasts. Please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 1-star review on Apple Podcasts. But leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It's absolutely free and it allows other people to enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it. Now, guys, we have another Flashy Friday, this fucking beautiful Friday morning. And actually, we're rocking it out on Thursday morning, and dropping it Thursday night at night before, so you guys can get a head start on all the shit that's really happening. Allow me to jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the fucking mood. Striking with iron is hot. Now, every single person, every man and woman, no matter the creed, the religion, no matter race or nationality, every adult, everyone should be for the prosecution of pedophilia and those who practice it. I can give 2 fucks in a roll of fuck yous to any person that pardons that behavior. I don't condone that shit. It is a rotting society, a nation with no borders, a corrupt justice system. We've witnessed political leaders utilize the free media and justice system to defeat their opponents and cover up their own losses. It's a time of non-compos mentis and deranged influencers, a time where the only agendas met are the ones with bags in their pockets and rainbow-colored shit stains in their underwear. Today we break free. Today the sounds of freedom are amplified by a man that has single-handedly woken up thousands of people and invested countless episodes to our humble show. Please give a warm welcome to our deep state correspondent, friend, father, business owner, New Yorker, and freedom-fighting warrior, Flashy _News 1. What's up, dog?
Yeah, hell of an intro, brother. Way to get it, man.
That is
got me
right.
going, baby.
Look at that fucking logo. Whoa. Oh, wait, I'm going to take a second look.
Shout out to JB Rogue One Media, man. Go follow.
That's right. That's right.
Miss.
JB Rogue One Media has done countless episodes with us also. He brings in a segment for our Galactic Reports, and he's done massive trailers for Paranoid Radio Podcast. I don't know what I would do without him. There's a lot of stuff that he does, and this is one of his fucking many talents. And I want to thank him so much for not only helping us out, but also now look at you, fucking giving you a head start for your new podcast coming soon. Flashy Friday. This is Flashy Friday. This is where you take over. You started as a 1-episode type of thing every single month. And then then you start doing segments, and now you're doing a second episode every month called Flashy Fridays. And not only that, you also got featured on Sunday Night Secret Society's podcast on episode last Sunday. So you're back to back dropping bombs, and you're setting yourself up for a new fucking, I want to call it a journey with a new podcast. So I know you don't want to show and tell people what's going to be called or the dates yet, but I do want to let the people know that you're going to start with your own movement, and it's about time, dog. I've told you this. How many hours you spent to fucking and donated to Paranoid Radio Podcast? Imagine what you could do with your own creation, dog. So see you at the top, big dog.
It's time, man, bro. And thank you for your support, bro, and the launching pad that Paranoid Radio has been, bro. For real, thank you.
Thank you for everything, bro. So, Flash, let them know where they can find you, a little bit about your Instagram page, the fucking trajectory, where you're at now with the followers. Yeah. And then after that, we're going to start jumping to the fucking main conversation of the day.
All right. Yeah, man. I'm over still on Instagram, Flashy_News 1. And my backup is True Social, Flashy_Truths. And I'm just plugging away, man. They won't let me reach 10,000. Like every time I get a little bit closer, I got like 9,500 or something, or 95.5. Anytime I get above like 50, 9,500 and 50, they shoot me down 3 or 4 followers. So it's just, they're not gonna let it happen, but it's cool. All good. Yeah, man.
It's gonna fucking happen. It's just a matter of time, dog. It's gonna fucking happen.
At
Hey,
this
but you know
point,
what?
it is
Yeah.
what it is. You
The,
know,
the
exactly.
followers don't make Flash or Flashy Fridays or Paranoid or Sunday nights or whatever. They don't make you. You've made those followers. So at the end
I
of the
appreciate
day,
it.
they can still
Absolutely.
suck a fucking taco, dog.
Yeah, we got to
But
expect it, bro. That's all right.
yeah, yeah,
Gotta
and they're running scared.
keep
They're
it
running
in.
scared. Now,
Mhm.
Flash, I know this episode's gonna be called plus 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 of everybody. Before we even jump into anything, what is plus plus plus, and why did Donald Trump not only retweet it, mention it, and why is QAnon into it? Like, what the fuck is this?
So yeah, so Trump retruthed a straight up QAnon account. If you go to his Truth Social, it was in the middle. It was in the morning of July 17th, which is the 17th is the Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. So he did it on that day
Ah,
for a reason.
ah,
So there's too many
ah,
coincidences, obviously.
yeah,
And then he
yeah.
went and then found this video that was 9 months old on this guy's account. And if you go, it's called the Watcher. It's the Watcher account. And so he went on this guy's account and found this one video that referenced a Q drop. The video is him talking about how he called everybody. This was during his presidency. He was given like he was getting asked by a reporter. And and he was just saying, let's see what happens, because that's what he always says. But he says, like, he said, I did something very important that people don't know about, and I caught them all. And I'm wondering if that was the creation of Space Force and getting all of the internet connections and all of the satellites up there and just monitoring communications, and just he just has it all. He always says that I have it all. I caught them all. So now let's see what happens. And when he says that, he means let's see what happens. We're going to go through the constitutional process, right? We're going to go through every avenue, legal avenue. We're going to go to the courts. We're going to go through the congressional hearings. We're going to go through all of that. So they can't say we didn't, because now it's being shown just how corrupt every institution is, not just, the executive branch. We're talking all three branches of the government, especially the law enforcement and the FBI and the intelligence communities. Have they been weaponized against their political opponents, right? And it's not even right and left. It's whoever chose the party line. Do you know what I mean? So, and the last person who did it was JFK, and look what they did to him. You know what I mean? And ever since then, even Reagan, he told the line. He only went so far. Trump is really the first one since JFK to even talk about any of the shit he's talking about. So it has to be shown that all of these avenues have been exhausted. That we tried, can't do it. And then the military gets involved. That's just how it works. And I think that's why Trump is bringing eyes on to Q right now too, because everything is in the drops. It is.
It's so subliminal. It's so subliminal. And I know something for a fact. In a conspiracy world, there, like Yoda said, there is no such thing as coincidences, dog. Life is based on consequences. There's action, there's reaction, there's consequence on what you take on, what you do, and how you receive shit. This is him retweeting on the 17th. The fucking number game is there. And I now, more than ever.
2:22 a.m. So that's also a very...
Number games. I'm telling number game. You know what? And I've done episodes on numerology, on gematria, and how these number sequences that don't only have an impact esoterically and mystically, almost magic, but impacting your subconscious. And a lot of the times there's signs of power. So you drop it on a certain day, on a certain time, kind of like if you're a Capricorn or you're a fucking Aries or whatever. Like if you're born on certain times, certain days, you have special traits, special talents that you need to tap into. You just don't know how to tap into it, and a lot of secrets. So I think, and I'm 100% sure, dropping that on the 17th day. And the 17th letter is Q. Now I am 100%, not 50%, not 80%, 100%.
And
no,
there was a Q post in the video, and so in the video, it's the three pluses, and the three pluses represent the pyramid, the three heads of the pyramid of the snake, the deep state snake.
You have the City of London, you have the Vatican, and you have the Washington D.C. Yeah,
that's right.
So Washington D.C. works as the stormtroopers of the world, and then you got the Vatican, which is I want to say the religious staple of the world, and then the City of London, which is the head of all bankers, right? Okay, the money, where the money flows. Absolutely.
Right. So,
okay,
that's what it's all about. And then within that, you have different empires within that. You have the Saudi Arabian Empire. And then everything works under those three things, right? So, and then in that it said, and then in that post in the video, you Truth, it said, nothing is random. Everything has meaning, and then plus plus plus. So what he's bringing eyes to, and then he did it at 2:22. So a lot of times Trump's the timestamps on his tweets or on his truths they go with a Q post. And a lot of people are really good at deciphering this stuff. A lot of it, a lot of it's a miss. But
do you think this is Trump? Do you think Trump is behind Q or next to Q?
100%. Trump is Q plus. So there's a couple that are signed Q and then a plus sign, Q and plus sign. That's when Trump was actually in the Q post. So now there's so many Q proofs. So a huge one was when Q was posting, and then someone said, if Trump is really involved with Q, make him say tippy top in one of his next speeches, right? Just that phrase, they say tippy top, right? And it just so happened to be Easter his next speech. He went out there with the Easter bunny, and he said, "We're at the tippy top of our game," and he went in. He said tippy top.
Get the fuck out! No.
Like,
who said tell him to do tippy top?
A random anon on 4chan, and 4chan is an anonymous board where Q would post, and so and you could actually interact with Q, and he would actually respond to people. You know what I mean? They would ask some questions to respond, and so this is back in like 2018, and they said, all right, if Trump is really involved with Q, have him say tippy top in his next speech.
Get out of here! It's game over.
He said, "You got it. That's something we can do." So
he dropped a little fucking sprinkle.
Absolutely, and then that was for us because a lot of the time, because he can't really come out and say he's for it. When he was asked about it, which is crazy, it took him so long to even be asked about it. The media would refuse to ask him about it for like years. And then what's crazy is no one is asked who is Q. No one has asked that question. And then actually the FBI and the CIA did a deep dive to find out who, and they said they couldn't figure it out. So obviously it's somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing with information that people want to know who they are, but the media won't even ask. Because they know it's a rabbit hole, and if you can't prove who it is, then how do you know it's fake? Or how do you know anything? You don't even know who it is. You're not even asking the question, and nobody has ever even asked Trump that. So it's a very simple question. Who is Q? They don't want it. Okay, so now Trump. So now with this whole narrative about child sex trafficking, and that's what people don't. We got kind of astray, and we got kind of diverted with all this other corruption and stuff. Because Q talks about a lot, but really the driving theme in the Q drops is protect the children, save the children, and he brought a lot of attention to the adrenochrome harvesting and a lot of attention to the child sex trafficking. Okay, that was really the theme of it, and that's why it was attacked so much, because he was letting out that kind of stuff. The Hollywood connection, Epstein. Q was posting about Epstein before any of the Epstein stuff came out, months before.
It happened.
That's a lot of where that shit came from. Even the pictures of the island, that was from the Q drop. That was on 4chan, and you see people take screenshots. That's from 4chan. So people don't even realize that they believe in the information of Q, but they get caught up in certain personalities misrepresenting the Q drops. And you know what I mean? There's a lot of that out there. A lot of people made a lot of following and a lot of money, patriots, we'll call them, and they made a lot of money off the movement, not knocking that, but a lot of it was not directly what Q was saying. And a lot of what Q said was just questions. That's it. Asking questions, connecting dots, and then open source information. So he wanted you to go do the research. He wanted you to go find the answers and then connect with people. So it was so this idea of a cult that we were following this thing. We didn't even know who the fuck Q is. It's the only cult. We don't know who the leader is. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. The information spoke for itself, and then we got attacked because of just how the media works. And then so now with this whole narrative coming out about child sex trafficking, the sound of freedom. Now Trump is bringing attention. He just held the fucking the movie at his house last night.
How did that go? How did that go? Because I've seen some snippets on TikTok, but I wasn't able to freaking dive into it. How did that go? That whole situation. He had it at Mar-a-Lago, and then people went to go see it at his home, or only special guests.
So he had it at his Betmister club in New Jersey, his golf club. He invited all members of Betmister, and then so however many people he could fit, pretty much in his house. Right? And now he didn't get involved. Sound of Freedom has been out now for a while. You know what I mean? For weeks. And so in the beginning, I said early that we got infiltrated with misinformation. I said that early, and I said be careful, because the deep state is hard at work. They don't want people to see this movie. As soon as it started taking off, right? all of a sudden, all of these theories and rabbit holes started about who was funding the movie and who Tim Ballard is and Jim Caviezel. What the movie was really about. Oh, it's about microchipping your kid. That whole thing came out, and then literally someone made a fake meme of Tim Ballard and a fake quote. And Tim Ballard in the meme says it's a quote with his picture, like, it looks like serious and professional. And it says, you got to microchip your kid if you want to protect them from child sex trafficking or something like that.
No. That's not that.
He never said it. So someone created.
He even did that to fucking Trump. Trump says something about chipping. No. About getting
biometrics.
More. Yes. But it wasn't about the kids or people. No. It wasn't about people or the civilians. It was about Visa cards for the people that are coming into the country illegally or even legally overstaying their visa. I see what I'm saying.
Exactly. And biometrics is it's also at the border how that's familiar DNA testing. It's how you tell if the people that are with their child is their child. It's swabs and eye scan. That's what biometrics. So somebody took that snippet. So now this is how you create a narrative with confirmation bias. So because then a lot of the big accounts pushed it out early, right? Because a lot of people like to be first, they don't like to be right? So because they want the notoriety, they want the shares, and I try to pull back on that. You know what I mean? It's I have my own theories and stuff like that. But even when I see like a mainstream kind of conspiracy theory going around in the bigger communities, I don't want to hate, but I also want to be the logical view of it.
Based off data,
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, bro? You know what, dog? But it's funny that they say that. It's funny that they're now, like you said, confirmation bias because in the name of freedom, in the name of safety, you would chip or use biometrics to keep these kids safe and also keep them accounted for and keep their parents accounted for and keep account on them. The people that are coming in with their visa and overstaying their visa, etc. Immigrants. Let's just say that. But yet, how many times, and ask yourself this question, listeners, how many fucking times did you get your biometrics taken in the name of safety for COVID? You know what I'm saying, right? See, I got my shit swabbed and my nose swabbed plenty of fucking times in order to keep a fucking job. This is not my social security here. My saliva, my shit, my DNA was taken from me in the name of safety, in the name of freedom. So you can suck a fucking dick if you want to fucking talk to me about this bullshit. And now, you don't want to chip yourself. You chipped yourself by having a fucking phone in your pocket. You don't talk. You're already chipped. Get the fuck out.
This is a chip. You're walking around with a chip in your pocket, your phone.
And then you're asking to be enslaved. You can't live without your phone. It's an extension of your fucking body. It's unfortunately you can't live without it. It's just retarded.
And no one's trying to chip. So, wasn't that a perfect narrative to push out to try to stop the momentum of the movie? You know what I'm saying? So now, I'll actually address some of the misinformation directly because Tim Ballard did himself a little bit. He went through it. He was like, that's ridiculous. That he's a Freemason, ridiculous, or all the stuff. But even now, so they're saying that. Because somebody found a picture of this guy named Tim Ballard online that had a record about pedophilia and stuff like that. But if you actually watch the movie, in the beginning, he had to appear like a pedophile in order to come off as a pedophile to the cartel when they looked up his name on the fucking computer. So he was trying to lure in other pedophiles. So he created a fake identity online that was similar to him with his own picture. So how do you know that that's not what you saw? The same things the cartel saw that was fucking giving this kid children to fucking save when they thought he was a guy. So that could be that. Okay. So now the whole stuff about Jim Caviezel, having a shady past. Listen, the guy was I got a shady past. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's the thing, dog. Unfortunately, bro,
part of the Hollywood.
Where are we dropping this trailer at? Where are we dropping on mainstream platforms? We have to be playing the game in their platforms because unfortunately, that's where you son of a bitches are all listening and watching. That's where you're fucking see what I'm saying. Unfortunately, even if he does have a shady past, it's like what happened with Hitler. The gods of war have shifted sides, he said, but the gods of war had money in both sides of the war. How are you going to lose a war? Even if he was a Freemason, or even the fucking Mel Gibson, all these people are having shady backgrounds and are part of a secret society that has hurt other people before. They're gonna make a buck somewhere else. Somebody has to fund this money, the money for this fucking movie. And even at that, the movie was held back for fucking years. And Netflix and the biggest fucking ballers, the biggest propaganda artists, the biggest people that know how to do propaganda, they didn't buy in. They didn't want to purchase this shit.
Disney, they offered that. Right, exactly. And so, and then who are we to say that this guy didn't wake up when he made Passion of the Christ with fucking Mel Gibson? Do you know what I'm saying? He played Jesus, and all of a sudden he learned the Aramaic, the language of Jesus. He learned it in his prayer. The guy's talking about adrenochrome. He's talking about the CIA being the biggest sex traffickers
and Q drops.
So, and the Q drops. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that's not a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? A gatekeeper would not let you into that information. They would keep you away from it. They
Exactly.
would keep it on the surface level, right? Because the movie doesn't talk about that. So why would you even delve into that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's taking deeper into the whole shit.
You know,
right?
my
So
wife went to go
that's
see this movie in Spanish yesterday, and she saw other shit that I wasn't able to see. So I'm gonna go see it again. And she told me that it was packed, mad, like there was not one seat open. There's so many people still watching the movie, or new people going to watch the movie again to go fucking see more shit. It's amazing, dog. Well, I don't look at this point, dog. At this point, it is what it is, and it's also helping to wake up a lot of other people.
That's
My
it.
entire
We
family is
use it.
Latinos. Yeah, we're winning,
That's
dog.
it.
It's what it is. You guys are
We
fucking
shifted the
waking up
narrative.
other people,
Bro,
even if it was a
exactly.
mistake.
And now listen, look at the media. You got the media literally running cover for fucking child sex traffickers, saying that, oh, it's overblown, it's QAnon. So okay, you're just proving that QAnon was right. That's all you're
Then
saying, because you're
you're working
this
for
is
it.
real.
Yep.
That's it. So now eyes are on, right? So now we're putting these people into the spotlight. Look at you. You're going against child sex trafficking just to say, not admit that we were right. Rather
2
than
days
just
later,
say, we were right. You
Mhm.
gotta fucking defend these people. And then even in California, they're fucking
Bam.
they stopped that law
2
from
days
fucking
later.
being passed, right?
It
They
was
stopped it.
July 7th, July 5th,
Yeah.
July 7th,
Yeah.
when the 4 Democrats, like I told you, like the opening statement on this fucking show, it doesn't matter what creed, what fucking generation you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're a fucking alien from fucking Mars and Venus and your fucking parents fucking Uranus. I don't care. You should be against all type of pedophilia and fucking prosecute every single person that fucking does those habits. It's just plain and simple. This is like fucking breathing.
Why
dog.
wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? And now you got people thinking, why wouldn't you? Maybe they want open borders because their biggest donors are pedophiles.
The
You know what I'm
biggest people
saying?
that are
Like,
fucking
why-
funding them.
Right.
Wow.
Because why else would you want? Why would you be defending this? Why would you try to be diverting attention from it rather than having more attention on it so we could fix the problem, rather than just say we were wrong, let's shut the border down, let's fix the problem, let's actually track these kids with biometrics and DNA. Okay,
Yes.
instead of just giving them to whoever that comes and picks them up. We're not even
Mm.
checking. Of course they're getting trafficked, bro. The cartel is in America. What do you think? They're in Mexico and they're in America. So they're giving the kids from the Mexico to another cartel member in America, and they're being trafficked.
The biggest purchasers are white men from America and Europe. Get the fuck
That's
out of here.
Right.
This is where the market's at. That's it, bro.
And this is why
you know
they can't have attention on it. They
It's
can't.
better off. The media is better off not mentioning Sounds of Freedom than
Right,
fucking
right.
trying to go against it. They're better off not
100%.
mentioning it. They
Just don't
better
even talk
either-
about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Keep your ass silent. What's the fucking thing that the cops say? You have the right to remain silent or shut the fuck up.
Bro,
All right,
but
dog.
they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They fucked up, bro. And I think we have the momentum right now, bro. And
I
we
really
can't
wanted to.
turn it up.
I wanted to bring in something before we close this episode. Something that's happening now that happened a couple of days ago that I just found out that's going to happen to Trump. And this is a theory. I'm gonna lead off with the theory, and then I want to get your full fucking raw advice and suggestions and what you believe is happening. Donald Trump is going to get arrested again. I guess he put out a tweet or something, a message that they're trying to come after him again, which then puts him in. If he has to go to court, he's going to go to court all winter, this winter. He's going to go to court in the beginning of 2024 for his second shit, because they're suing him for there's a lawsuit there's a case for some other shit. There was a case for, what was it? The money that for the prostitute. I think there was 2 cases. He's fighting 2 cases right now. And then the last case that's coming up right now, the insurrection from January 6th, I guess the committee is trying to fucking put him to jail, which means he's gonna be on court all of 2024. But he's also going to be during his campaign. How are you holding up a campaign while going to court? Which means that Biden's strategy is keeping Trump suppressed through the court systems, because he's not going to go to jail. But that's a strategy, using the fucking court systems to keep Trump not during campaign, not active. You get what I'm saying, right? Like, what's your take, dog? This is
That's exactly what they're doing, because if they were so confident that they could steal another election, they wouldn't be doing that. They would just let Trump rock, and then they would say, oh, they'd be campaigning.
that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
The only thing they can do now, they can't kill him because if they could have, they would have already, and he's too fucking big. That's why they could have they killed John F. Kennedy, because he didn't have a movement like Trump does. He didn't have 80, 100 million Americans ready to fucking shut it all down if they do kill him. And we would know whose door to come knocking on too if they did it. So, of course they're not going to do that, right? So they can't. So the only thing they can do is try to throw him in jail, try to scrape up his name. The closer we get to the Biden shit, because now all these whistleblowers too are coming out, hearings on whistleblower, all this shit, right? They're gonna fucking try to balance it with bad news about Trump, right? They're gonna be like, oh well, Biden's going through this. Oh well, Trump got indicted for the documents. Oh, because Trump he raped a girl. That's all this is. Do you know what I'm saying? But see, that's what they're losing the grip, because nobody's watching the mainstream media anymore. The people that are watching it are the people that it's like 100,000 people watching. It's like there's like nobody, and like those are the elites. You know what I'm saying? It's already the people that would never vote for Trump. They're not convincing anybody else. If anything, they're waking more people up because people aren't watching it, and they're watching people like us. You know what I mean? And Instagram and fucking True Social. And that's why Trump really started that too, because it's a microphone. So I think
I cannot believe the amount of bullshit. Even Disney's gonna get bought out by Apple. I don't know if you saw that too. Apple's thinking of buying Disney because Disney lost $400 million in the past season through other streaming apps. This is absolutely bonkers.
Bro, that's how you know we're winning.
Yes,
that's how we're winning, bro. And like we talked about in the last episode, this is what our revolution looks like now. It's not grabbing your guns and going to take over the government. You every single day. We make decisions every single day who to give our money to. Stop giving these people. They're gonna eventually. We just gotta stop. They think power. They can convince us. This LGBTQ stuff is all about equality, and it's not about power. Like, we're on to all of it. That's why they fight so hard to suppress us and to demonize us, because they know that people are catching on to the whole grift. And not just that grift, all of the other grifts. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's all coming together, and it's all making sense now. You know what I'm saying? It's all a cohesive narrative that's coming out in all these meetings with all these whistleblowers. Now the mainstream media is forced to talk about it. And then now Trump has 51% approval rating in the whole country. He's the most popular politician right now, elected or unelected in America. That was not going on in 2020. Okay, he was at like 43% nationwide. He just won the college, but he wasn't popular. Now he's getting
during being a president. Yeah,
right. And then this is why it had to be this way. Okay, he had to be able to step back from it all, let it all go to shit, unfortunately, because people won't wake up otherwise. And then now he can be like, listen, I told you, and now I have the answers, because I did it before and I'll do it again. And now the contrast is so clear. The lines are so fucking clear now. You know what I'm saying? It's not about right versus wrong. This is about right versus wrong. It's not even about, the Democrat versus Republican. All of that shit is getting blurred. And now we got RFK Jr. in a hearing right now showing how he's being censored by the Democrats. He's a Democrat, but they'll even censor their own party if you're not in lockstep with the narrative. And if you're a black Republican, they'll treat you like how they like a slave. Like they will call you Uncle Tom. Look how they treat Clarence Thomas. It's disgusting, bro. So now they're getting this. You know what I'm saying? We're going through this. It's rough for us because we know what's going on, but a lot of people don't, but they will. Nothing can stop what is coming, bro.
Jesus fucking Christ. This is absolute bonkers. You know what, bro? We need to do something. We need to unite, and we need to keep Donald Trump in our prayers, because unfortunately it looks serious. It looks like it's a real serious fight, not only for him, but you also have to understand that it's not just what he's putting out. If he loses, it's gonna fucking come to your doorstep. It's not your kid being kidnapped today. It's not my kid being kidnapped today. And a lot of people don't even give a fuck because it's not your kid that's being kidnapped today. They're not gonna watch a movie. They're not gonna spread awareness. That's what I was telling my wife's family. I was really coming down on them. Like, you guys talk a lot of fucking big game about loving your fucking kids and the kids to be first and Christ this and Christ that, but you guys don't do anything. You guys don't spread awareness. See, I have at least a minimum of 250 fucking people that listen to this shit on a 24-hour basis. Those 250 people are gonna go to another 100 people. Those 100 people are gonna go to another 150, and et cetera, et cetera. I'm making a wave of energy of people, of awareness of things that are really happening, not only to your kids, but might happen to our kids. So not just because it's not your kid, you're not gonna give a fuck. Not just because you don't have any fucking kids, you're not gonna give a fuck, because you were a kid once before. And a lot of us went through this traumatization, in which makes us defective today, which makes us fucking we don't run parallel with what is right today. Maybe if you took 30 minutes of your fucking time, listen to Paranoid Radio podcast, or started your own wave and spoke about this to other people, you wouldn't fucking teach other people, but you might just learn how to stop this fucking shit from happening. This episode revolves around not only saving the fucking children, but also helping each other and helping Trump win. Because unfortunately, every other fucking candidate out there looks like a piece of fucking shit. Satanic, worshiping, pedophile, fucking harboring, and condoning these motherfucking people to keep going. Just what happened in California is disgusting. It is fucking pathetic. And it's embarrassing for me to live here. And it's embarrassing that my kids have to go through this shit like this. Not only my kids, but your kids and anybody else's kids that's listening to this fucking show. Flash, I am sorry for that long-ass rant, but I would really want you to tell everybody where they can fucking find you, dog, and what is up, or what is your next step for your show.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm over on Instagram still, flashy_news1, and yeah, man, I'm getting the motivation to do this, bro. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into making the post, and now my shit is being flagged or is being throttled back. Not a lot of people are seeing my shit anymore, so I think it's time to start a podcast for sure. By the end of the summer, we're gonna get it cracking, bro. You know.
Yeah, would have put a timestamp on it, people. Ladies and gentlemen, Flash from Flashy_news1. Make sure you check him out on Flashy_news1 on Instagram today. And you can also hit him up on ParanoidRadio.com. He has videos on our fucking website, and you can also find him under special guests and links. Paranoid Radio Podcast is really fucking here to serve you, and make sure you fucking spread the word. Go watch Sound of Freedom, and make sure you talk about this with everybody you can, and make sure you check out Flashy_news1. Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here, Flash. I owe you one, dog, and talk to you in a bit, doggy.
It's always good. Got you.
Paranoid Radio.